Good morning, Scorpio. I hope that you are doing well. If I could talk already right off the bat. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Scorpio, I got up this morning. I heard a message. I was doing some random shit around the house, and I'm sitting. I got to my car, and I'm sitting there, and I just hear Spirit go, Scorpio, emotional resilience is needed. Your emotional resilience is needed. And I'm like, it's time to sit down. I told you guys yesterday in the live feed, there's going to be some messages, I think, coming in for you. I can't shake that feeling, and Spirit has not let me down again today when it comes to that. So we're going to jump into that. Also, I'm sure you have other placements in your chart. The rest of those January reads, I'm going to try to get those out in the next couple of days. I think we are officially out of being snowed in, and everybody is going back to work and school and all the things that have made my household crazy for the past week. So thank you for your patience as I've been trying to get these videos out to you per Spirit and as I can. For those of you who have booked personal readings, thank you so very much. If I've not yet responded to you, I will be. Just know that I look forward to connecting with each of you as always. So, all right, Scorps, let's get into it. It's a Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Spirit, what is it that Scorpio needs to know today? What is going on in the ethers? What is new? What is new for Scorpio? What do they need to be aware of? This, they keep going, emotional resilience, clarity, fragments. Oh, Scorpio, I think you're doing some debris cleanup this week. And I'm going to say, this isn't a weekly read. This is just if it resonates, if you find this video, it's for you. Okay. And this is just a quick little side message, I guess. But you're gaining some sort of clarity, and it could, I'm going to tell you, it could be through a night of just good deep sleep that goes, here it is. Like, it's almost like nothing really is necessarily shifting, Scorpio. It's you that's shifting. It's you that is, you're becoming more emotionally aware of certain things, of going, this feels good, this doesn't feel good. I don't even want to know what that noise just was. Just let the other kid and cat never fails. Hold on a second. Okay, Scorps, let's try this again. You know, that's I think the beautiful thing about this channel is I don't edit my videos. I just throw them out, and I'll tell you what, my kiddo and my cat apparently had a moment. That's a whole story for another day, but he thinks he owns her room. He does what he wants. I would say he destroys things, but he makes himself at home and took out a space in her room that she's not too happy about. So I apologize for any yelling at her, or her yelling at the cat if you heard that. But anyhow, such is life. Clarity, dependability, Scorpio, again, emotional connections, right? The dependability. I think that for some of you, part of this is all connections, right? This may not be for everybody, but it's like you may be looking at like family, childhood, close connections that you've had. This could be brothers, sisters, cousins. I feel like it's somebody that's more on your age level that you are looking at, and it's like you're reevaluating space and time in your life and going, are we closer than I thought we were? I don't know. Like, some of you could be repairing relationships with siblings. So that, just side note. But as far as the dependability to Scorpio, I think this is you just coming into a deeper sense of emotional self-awareness that says, you know, these relationships that are in my life, right? And relationships, or even those with your boss. It's like, how does this serve me? Can I be myself in these situations? Can I just breathe through these situations? Can I just be me through these situations? And that's been a focus for you on and off throughout 2024, and here we are in 2025, and it doesn't appear to be any different. So be genuinely aware of. I don't even think you need to be aware. I think you are in a knowing of your relationships. I think you are in a knowing too of your emotionality for these. And I think that, you know, I talked about in that reading yesterday that it was like that Seven of Swords was kind of like you denying yourself the right to see something. So you could be getting, and Spirit's saying this week, so this full moon in Cancer could be the thing that's doing that. Tomorrow, going, you know, I have to be real with myself about how I feel about these things. So, in Spirit saying, regardless of purpose, so, you know, you could have had an idea of a sense of purpose in a situation, and now you're just going, you know, it is what it is, but it is what it is, right? All right. For Scorpio, absence. Spirit is saying the symptom of absence is that of abandonment. That's a big statement right off the bat. And underneath that, you've got connection and alliance. Scorpio, you are drawing in, when I talk about those connections, you are drawing in an awareness of what you feel like you have lacked. And I don't think you're necessarily like in the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles going, oh, woe is me, I don't have X, Y, and Z. All of those things, right, that leave us feeling like we have nothing. I feel like you are looking at things that you do have, and it's wanting to add to it, and going, do these things in my life, check off these boxes. So, you could be doing some checking off of boxes and going, how does this align with where I'm going? How does this align with what I'm doing? How does this align with all of the things? And I think that this absence, there could be, Spirit is saying, like a feeling of loneliness or absence or longing for something more than you've had. And now just, it's like stopping yourself from denying yourself the right to feel how you feel. It's a oh my God, if I can talk. It's a level of acceptance of what you chose to walk around blindly to for a very long time. Some of you, this is work relationships. Some of you, this is family relationships. Some of you, this is romantic relationships. Some of you, Spirit 2 is saying it's a relationship that you have with yourself. And I think that no matter what, for all of you, it is about the relationship that you have with yourself. Not putting yourself on high, not addressing what it is that you need, and then looking at, again, those situations around you, Spirit saying, how are they supportive of you? So, deep awakening here, Scorpio, deep awakening. Fragments, see, again, not wanting to see what it was you needed to know, or what it is that you did know and chose not to really address. And you're striking a pose of balance, right? Like you're stepping into that area of balance that you need internally to process, I think, things that have kind of been with you your whole life, really. Now, this fragments too is also giving me this indication of, I think a lot of you spent a lot of time in situations or places or dealing with people and things that you were afraid that Spirit's using the word backfire. Like if I said or I did, if I pushed against the grain, if I, spoke a truth, how is that going to backfire me? So I feel like you were trying to avoid any conflict, any upheaval. Spirit is also taking me back for a second and saying, look at the situations too, Scorps, where you found yourself retreating, going into hermit mode, pulling yourself back out of certain situations because you knew that they weren't serving of you. So it's it runs deep for you, whatever this is. So absence is the silence. Think about in your life where you feel like you've been silenced too, like where you couldn't just say what you meant, do what you meant. It's like all of those things. Efficiency, Scorpio. Expectation. It gives me this efficiency card, as much as I love it, is giving me this aspect of breadcrumbing and you going, you know what, I'm going to take the breadcrumbs that I've got and I'm going to hold on to those, and move on to something that's more fulfilling. And you are looking off into the horizon for just a deep, Spirit just had a deep soul connection. So this could be friendships. Like, and I say that, like, friendships, if you have people that you just occasionally talk to, and it's like, hey, how you been? What's new? Or you're having conversations with coworkers that aren't real close to you, things like that. Excuse me. That it's like, not that you're not going to talk to people or not going to be nice to people, but I think there's been times where you've been a lending ear to situations and it's been shallow. It's not been a connection. It's not been enough. All right. So in this regard, Spirit, what does Scorps need to know? 3 of Cups in the reverse. Dealing with a lot of rejection. Here comes that Hangman. So let's see. I'm hearing rejection. when I look at this card and it says celebrating something prematurely, catches my attention. I think with that Three of Cups, there's this idea of hoping for more, right? In the past, hoping for more. You know, the Hangman then comes out with balance of the World card. Closing out that stagnancy, right? Gaining that new perspective. Like again, I feel like it scorps in a matter of hours. Legit hours. There becomes an awareness that is like fundamentally it's making more sense. I hope that's making sense the way I'm explaining that to you as well. Because it's just you going, these things have been harder than they've needed to be. They went on like this for too long, longer than they needed to be. The High Priestess, the unknown. You have 3-3-2 here, Scorpio, 9, the Hermit. There you go. Virgo energy, could be dealing with a Virgo or a Pisces. I think this more so has to do with the fact. We talked about Virgo and Pisces. What happened yesterday? North and South Node moved into Pisces and Virgo. This is going to be about when you take the fact that we just moved into those two things, or those two signs, I should say, and couple that with this Cancer full moon on Monday. This is the idea of denying yourself the sense of mystery, and that card, that mysterious card, came out yesterday, Scorpio, for you as well. That it's like that there's always that fear. I don't say always, but for a lot of us, there's that fear that blocks us because we don't know what's coming, right? And that High Priestess is everything unknown. She's secret keeper. She goes within. She addresses it internally. She's psychic. She's intuitive. She trusts that it's a blind faith kind of thing. I think for a lot of you, maybe for months, some of you maybe even years, afraid to make moves. I feel like you've dibble-dabbled in certain things. And I remember also mentioning to you all yesterday about like going in and trying things or something to that effect, and then it's like coming back out of it, going back into it. And I've seen you play with that energy, I think primarily the last 6 months, maybe longer than that, but it's lingered. Scorpio doing it on Scorpio's terms. Go figure, right? No offense, Scorps. We do what we do, how we do it. Doesn't mean that you've not learned something. It's just you really have to get down to the bottom of things and really get to a point of frustration or being fed up that goes, I won't do this anymore. I've learned all I need to know. I've seen this. I've felt this. And it's like you have to reconcile that to yourself. And then if you're dealing with somebody else, now you have to reconcile it with them. And when I say reconcile, it doesn't mean that you have to people please or go into them to make that resolve. This is you going back to your sense of self. This is you going within for yourself with the Hangman, the High Priestess, and the Hermit, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. This is you going back internally and picking apart and pulling it up to the forefront of your heart space and going, if others cannot bring to me this happiness, if they don't contribute to this energy, then I must contribute to it totally on my own, and I'm okay with that. And you're getting comfortable in this time frame, Scorpio, that is going to, it's bringing this massive conclusion that says, for the next couple months, maybe weeks, I'm going to be in this place of mysteriousness. I'm going to allow the unknown to happen, and I'm going to focus on the things that I can control, which is yourself, what you're doing, your aspirations, your goals, self-care, self-love, nurturing. And from there, I'm not going to be able to make everybody else happy. It's not my responsibility, but I'm going to feel my way. I'm done self-sacrificing my senses, my feelings, my knowing for the sake of making somebody else feel better. Okay? So, it's no more self-sabotage, Scorpio. And I think that over the next week, couple weeks maybe for some of you, I feel like the energy is more potent right now for you to just kind of speak up in a very interesting way. The other thing that Spirit is addressing too is like there's still a teetering of to say something or not to say something. some of you will, I don't want to call it ghosting. I don't feel like it's ghosting. But you're pulling back your energy from situations or people, and they're noticing that. Okay. They're really starting to notice that. And that is like their warning sign, Spirit is saying, of what is to come. And I do think that when you say whatever it is that you say, Scorpio, I'm going to call it a one-liner. If you're dealing with others. Dude. Hey. I don't know. The cat is off the rails this morning. It could be something very simple. A very one-line, like no deep explanation to whatever or whoever, or going deep, sugarcoating, candy wrapping it, like whatever it is. You're just going, this is it. If you are dealing with emotionally unavailable people, I don't think they may not know what to say to you. They may not say anything at all, honestly. Like, I just don't feel like there's a whole lot of conversation here. It's you knowing, this person knows even if they don't want to know, and you going, I choose me. Scorpio, choose you every single fucking time. Always. Always choose you. Okay, let's clarify these and I'm going to wrap this up. We're not going to make this long. I've got lots to do today. So, all right. 3 of Cups in reverse, along with this Absence Spirit. Card to clarify. The Devil. Again, situations. It's very basic. The Devil are things that tie you up. It's things that kind of control your life. It's your thoughts. It's your addictions. It's your patterns. It's your people. It's a lot of different things that kind of roll in. Hey, that's enough. You guys are making me crazy today. This is you not wanting to do those same things over and over and over again. The redundancy, you know, and to me, and Spirit is saying with the Emperor and the Justice card, this is you taking authority back. And I think that authoritative card, it may have come out for you yesterday. I can't remember specifically. But this is just you just going, I won't let these energies rule me anymore. I won't let my fear of the unknown be the thing that rules me. And if it means that I have to, at one point, what I thought would be sacrificing a sense of community, a sense of like belonging, that's okay, because it means I didn't belong there to begin with, right? So this is you changing your viewpoints on, even when you were a part of something, you felt like you were still lacking something, right? It's like to go out and with friends or whatever and laugh and have a good time, and then you go home and you're like, it was all right. Like, you did laugh. I had there's a few good jokes, had a couple drinks, whatever. But at the end of the day, it didn't really do a whole lot for me. I didn't leave there feeling fulfilled. Relationships, same thing. You know, I spent time with this person, but I felt lonely after the fact, or it wasn't deep enough for me, or it didn't connect to my soul. It was fun. I appreciate this person, but it didn't run deep enough for me that it left that lasting impression. Scorpio, again, deep sign. You want that long-lasting feeling. You desire that long-lasting, deep emotional connection to anything that you do. Work, people, friends, places, your cat. Right now, I'm not feeling so great about the cat because he's being psycho. But knowing that you can go from this 2 to this 1, right? That 2 of Cups to the Fool. Just taking this journey into the self, not connected to something or somebody else or a place or a job or whatever it is, and just feeling your way through you. So I like the fact, Scorpio, you are building a connection with yourself. You're building a loving relationship with yourself. Spirit saying there will be bumps, there will be bruises, there could be loneliness. You could kind of dip back into certain things. But I think by April, May, the way Spirit's presenting this, that at that point, it's like you're gonna have a much more grounded sense of being that goes, I'm okay either way. I can take it or leave it. Either way, I'm fine. I'm gonna say too, like, I remember 2 of my relationships specifically, and I'm probably as great as any other Scorpio in this realm, where, you know, it was toxic, right? I'm gonna call it for exactly what it was. And two people in my life said to me, like, you'll have nothing without me. And I remember being so frustrated and so pissed off. And I said, you know what? I had a life before you. I don't have a life after you. You don't make or break my world. And Scorpio, you know, it's like, I don't know if you just kind of got lost in the constructs of things over the years and forgot how much you can do or give to yourself. But, and I think you've known it. That's the cool thing about this, though, is like, I think that you've known it. It's just getting comfortable. It's kind of like cutting the purse strings, I guess, right? Like, now stepping into it, you've known it. There was something within you, probably an inner childhood wound, that was asking you to release it, and now you finally are. So kudos to you. So it's like, it's an innocent feeling that I get from you. It is also a very full feeling I get from you. Going, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction, but at this point, I'm willing to be a betting man, a betting lady, betting them they. Like, I'm willing to place bets that something beautiful will come out of this change that I'm making somehow. So a lot of optimism, though, too. So this Hangman in fragments, the Fool card, like literally the Fool card. I'm willing to take that adventure. I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to let, you know, it's like you think about, you know, cartoons back in the day where they would pull out the trampoline and that bunny would be at the very top of the building and they're like, okay, jump. And that bunny just free falls into that trampoline, and he bounced, and then he was fine, right? But you have to be willing enough to take that jump, right? Scorpio, you're ready to take the jump. You're ready to let life, the flower of life, catch you. Let that be your net. There's the word I was looking for. You're going to allow that to be your net, because the breadcrumbing is no longer for you. And I think for some of you, there are going to be some deep emotions that come up underneath it all, going, you know, it's not exactly how I thought it would be. I wish it could have been different, but I'm ready to move on to something that does present my soul with fulfillment. And I got the chills, Scorps. I love that for you. All right, this High Priestess, the efficiency card. Spirit, what else does Scorps need to know about this specifically? You know, they're bringing up the Hunger Games, and I'm going to tell you, for them to bring it up, I guess maybe all of you people out there may have watched that. I don't know. I never watched that, so I can't begin to even make a call on what that represents. I have no idea, because as I've said it, and the frequency in my ears are changing, I have no idea what went on in that show, what even the moral of the story was about. So to me, it's like, I'm hearing from Spirit, every man for themselves. So I don't know anything about the Hunger Games. I heard about it. People going, you watch that? No, I don't. And as I say that, there's the seven of Pentacles sideways and the Nine of Pentacles, Scorpio. So it's every man for themselves, the Temperance card, healing. And it's, you're tired of being hungry. Like, you think about it, you know, we're hungry. We go and we find, you know, those chicken wings, or that sandwich, or that piece of pizza, or that fruit, or whatever it is that we crave. On an emotional and even spiritual level, Scorpio, you've got cravings for things that you have denied yourself the right to allow those things to fulfill you. And you are ready to pluck those fruits. You're ready to invest in those things. And this is the fabulous part about this, Scorps, is it's not tied to somebody else. It's not tied to the expectations around a job. It's not tied to any of those things. It's just for you. It is just for you and only for you. And I was going to pull a card on that expectations that's laying underneath the deck here from that first deck that I pulled. Fortitude, by the way. I figured that card was going to come out, and there it is. But Spirit said, no, don't. Look at the Temperance, which is the underlying here. And there it is. And with that, Spirit is saying that you are cleaning up your idea of expectations from people. I've said it a million times before. I'll say it a million more times in this lifetime. Don't expect you from other people. You're cleaning up your idea of expectations of what other people look like. You are learning in this new reality to step into a reality of who people truly represent themselves to be. And I think for some of you, you've had a mother figure or a feminine figure in your life who you had to learn to accept them for who they are. There's something very deep, Scorpio, about the idea of acceptance of reality. So whether you lived in some fantasy world, and I'm not saying that you did, or just had, I really feel like it was just high expectations, wanting to see the best in people, wanting to believe that they would level up or do more. Whoever or whatever you've been connected to is the catalyst for you to recognize this high expectation that you had for other people, and how you tied who you are to them based upon that, and asking them to step into those shoes, to fill shoes of people in your life, Scorpio, who, if let's just say hypothetically, right, this is a mother in your life, maybe she didn't show up for you, maybe she didn't get you ready for prom, hell, maybe she wasn't even around, I don't know, but you had a vision of who, and in conditioning too, right, who we believe mothers are supposed to be, fathers are supposed to be, all the labels we slap on people, who they're supposed to be in our lives, and what that represents. With this, though, Scorpio, you're recognizing that just because this person is my boss, just because this person is my friend, just because this person is my lover, this is my person of interest, this is my kid, that they're going to show up as they are. And you're going to learn, it's not about the title that comes with them. And I think you are learning this. Not just you're going to learn, you're learning as we speak. It's not about the title. It's about who they genuinely are. When you look at that person and you know their characteristics, you know by the way they speak and talk and act and respond, or even don't, you're learning to heal your expectations around people. And even Spirit saying the self-critical aspects of yourself, the way you view you. You may have felt for years you were supposed to be superhuman, Scorpio. Right? Just go and do and go and do and go and do and please and nurture and please and nurture and just sell yourself and sell yourself. Scorpio, you're like, no. Like, Scorpio to Scorpio, right? Like, you don't have to be that person anymore. 27 on the clock. What if you just accepted you for you, flaws and all? And what's crazy is Spirit said, as you accept those flaws, like if you're worried about your aesthetics, if you're worried about the way other people view you, which again, I said yesterday and I'll say it again, it's none of our business what other people think, you start to feel better about yourself. You're like, oh, I got a pimple. It's okay. I don't need to pound it with makeup. Like, Spirit is bringing me back to Pamela Anderson. That's cool. I don't know what sign she is. I'll have to check that out. I'm curious now. You think about her when she was younger and she was on Baywatch. She's smoking hot. Like, I don't care, woman or not. Like, that's not for me, right? But the woman was smoking hot. She had it going on. And now you look at her today, many, many years later. No makeup, no filters, she's like, this is the natural beauty of who I am. And I did see a thing the other day, she was on The View with, and P.S., that's not my show. I'm not a fan. Sorry, ladies. Who was on there with her? Oh, I can see her face. I can't think of her name. But there was two ladies on there. I think it was Valerie Bertinelli, and there's another one, and I can't think of her name. I see her, but I can't think of her name. And they decided to go all natural with Pam Anderson. And it's like, wow, like, they just show up authentically. Who cares what Hollywood thinks? Who cares what other people think? Who cares if they say, oh my God, like, she's got bags under her eyes or whatever it might be. You're just going, this is me. And if I want to change my appearance, I'm going to do it because I want to, just because I want to be refreshed. I want to feel better. I want to feel healthier. I'm not doing it for somebody else. I'm doing it for me. And when you do those things for you, it's long lasting. It's because it's genuine. You're coming from a genuine space. You're not doing it because you feel like you're being pushed to do it, or you have to do it to conform or fit or put yourself in that box with everybody else. Like, you're doing it just because you can and because you want to. The want and desire versus the need to. Different, right? We're not surviving anymore. We're living. We're thriving. So, very independent energy, Scorps, here. You're ending with the Nine of Pentacles. You're ending with the Hermit, which is a 9. Again, Virgo, Pisces, North and South Node, even though that's, you know, that could be in your North and South Node. I don't know what's there. Only you do. But I will say to you, like, your self-love, Scorpio, you're redefining what self-love looks like for a Scorpio. And it's gorgeous. So kudos to you. Do the thing. Advice, and we're gonna roll and call this in. Birds are saying good morning. You can't hear those crazy loud things in there. I literally have to roll them out of the room, because if I left them right behind me where they usually hang out, we'd have no peace. Scorpio, commitments, soul connections, everlasting. What was it Sandy in Greece said? Is it solely devoted to you? But Scorpio, I see this as you loving you. Like, I'm solely devoted to myself. And again, the idea, like, and then you're looking at that and looking forward to the future. And also kind of looking back and going, these are the things that I have solely devoted myself to in the past. And it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me. So it's a cool way of looking at your commitments. And it could be marriage, right? But, you know, you could be looking, I mentioned earlier about a past marriage for me. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, why did I do it the way that I did it? This insane chemistry, Scorpio, this chemistry is starting to burn within you. If you have felt down and out, and there comes the Ascension card. You've learned. There's so much learning. You're reigniting the passion for life, the passion for yourself, and ascending. For some of you, I said earlier, the beginning of this, well, it is the beginning of the year still, but at one point I said, I think, the theme of 2025 maybe for you, this could be your era of love. Scorpio, preparing for union, preparing for a new phase of life, a new lease on life, Scorps, a new lease on life. And look at that underneath, talking, and just live to enjoy the moment being you. Live to enjoy the moment of being you. Be honest, be open, be authentic, be spirit, be everything that is you. Camera. Some of you, and I said this yesterday, you could be reconnecting with somebody from the past, but I also said in the very beginning, this is soulmate, Cupid's arrow. There's something here that's tempting you. And I don't know if it is, I don't know. I will say this, there's a soul connection and there's absolutely a soul contract in this. So, and I'll tell you, if you had a style, right? Like, it would be like somebody who likes blondes, right? Or somebody who likes a tall partner, or something to that effect. It's okay to go the opposite direction. And I think for some of you, even if it's a job, like, you know, maybe you were a lawyer for your entire life, and now you're like, I'm gonna go pick mangoes. Like, nothing of the same. That's okay. Enjoy it. Enjoy that new experience, Scorpio. That's what this is for. No matter what it is in your life, it's going to be different for all of you. Enjoy this new experience, because it's exactly what you need. I love this. Scorps, I'm leaving it there. Have a fantastic Sunday. Weekly will be out tomorrow. Again, other signs will be out as well for the rest of January. And we'll go from there. All right. Channel memberships are open. Thank you to everybody who assisted on the live feed yesterday. You all are super amazing, as always. I appreciate you. Enjoy your Sunday. Coffee, whatever. Yes, I've got a Harley cup. No, I don't drive those things. All right. I'm sending you all so much love. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.